Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news tonight, the White House making a big announcement pledging to help states pay for firearms training for teachers and repeating its call to improve the background check system as part of a new plan to prevent school shootings. But as Richard Cantu reports, that move is already facing backlash.
House releasing new details on a number of gun safety proposals President Trump is expected to endorse Monday. Those plans include supporting the Cornyn-Murphy bill, which expands background checks, the Stop School Violence Act, which focuses on early intervention, and the expansion of mental health programs.
I like taking the guns early. Take the guns first, go through due process second.
The president's initiative created in the wake of the Parkland, Florida shooting. Earlier, Deputy White House Press Secretary Raj Shah giving a hint to ABC's Jonathan Karl.
Now, what about raising the age? Because he made it very clear on that.
Yeah, the president has been clear that he does support raising the age of to 21
as federal policy
for certain firearms. Again, there's going to be recommendations to states, a task force. I don't want to get ahead of what's going to be announced, but I will say that will be a component of it, raising the age, as well as mental health. And as I mentioned, improving background check.
These proposals, which will also create a federal commission on school safety chaired by Education Secretary Betsy DeVos, expected to be rolled out tomorrow with little fanfare. Richard Cantu, ABC News, New York.
And it wasn't just President Trump focusing on schools today. The Sunshine State shining a bright light on education with the signing of a bill into law aimed at helping students. That law creates the nation's first ever private school voucher program for bullied students. It permanently expands the Bright Future Scholarship Program, expands the Gardner Scholarship Program for students with unique abilities, and creates reading scholarships to help struggling readers. The bill will also aim to raise the graduation rate with strengthened performance funding metrics, require state universities to find internship opportunities for their students, and require all Florida schools to display the words, "In God We Trust." On the last day of Florida's 60-day legislative session, an $89 billion budget was also approved. We broke down some of the things that budget aims to do for you, and here's a look. An over 2% increase for public school spending, a small decrease in local property taxes, increased funding for the state to purchase and preserve land and cybersecurity, increased spending on Medicaid and state-subsidized children's health insurance programs, and funding for Visit Florida, the state's tourism marketing agency. Back here on the Sun Coast, the Northport Police Department is asking for your help tonight, identifying the woman and these two men in surveillance images. They are not being charged with anything yet. Police just believe they may have some information after a customer was attacked at a home improvement store earlier today. Officers say a customer was at the Lowe's on Tuscola Boulevard in Northport around noon, and that's when that person was pushed down to the floor by another patron and injured. If you recognize anyone in these photos, you are asked to contact Northport Police. The Sarasota area's first hot air balloon festival wrapped up just a few hours ago. You can take a look right here. That video was taken around 7:30 this evening, showing those balloons going up in the air. But despite a solid ending, things didn't start so smoothly for the festival. From timing to weather complications, ABC 7's Erica Jackson shows us some of the difficulties patrons and organizers of that event faced.
We live in paradise and we like to take advantage of it.
Dusty Lannon and his wife want to check another item off their bucket list by taking a hot air balloon ride. So the couple drove more than 100 miles from Naples to Lakewood Ranch, but arrived Saturday morning to find out their prepaid flight was canceled because of high winds.
We were very disappointed that it not only wasn't what we expected, that just none of it happened.
Lannon says he spent more than $800 on ride tickets, parking, lodging, and food, and didn't get to enjoy the festival. Event organizers say they will refund him for his tickets, but he will be responsible for the parking costs.
So the whole event, unfortunately, was just kind of a bust.
Because it is such a weather-dependent event, you know, if we do get weathered out, there's no way for us to recoup those funds.
Balloon Festival Director Ricky Garvey tells us he does not plan to reimburse anyone for parking costs because the money will go to local charities and to Manatee County for renting out the Premier Sports Campus. He faces a huge financial loss because of the weekend's poor weather, taking a $50,000 hit for Saturday alone.
We have to pay for generators, light towers. Each balloon costs around $3,000 to bring into town.
Lannon is traveling back to Naples early because he doesn't want to return to what he calls an unorganized festival.
We briefly walked through the carnival, and we're literally tripping over sticks and broken logs and things.
But Garvey says there's still plenty to do at the thoroughly planned event, even during inclement weather.
Is that going on today or not?
Yeah, it starts at 4 o'clock.
He believes the public's unhappiness stems from failure to properly research the details of the event.
We can put up as many signs, we can write it on our website, we can post it on social media. If people don't read it, you know, there's not really much we can do.
All right, well, we couldn't avoid the daylight savings time change this year, and as many of us felt the strain this morning from that lost hour of sleep, some were feeling it maybe more than others. The Northport Police Department snapping this photo today after a Nissan Maxima went into the canal next to Price and Citizens Parkway. Luckily, no one was in the car or hurt in that incident, other than maybe a little bit of pride and ego, and the car has since been removed. NPPD tweeting, "You have to put these things in park, okay?" Let's go to Wendy Ross, not a traffic expert, but a weather expert with our forecast tonight, Wendy.
And we did see some cloudy weather throughout the day today, and then the sun came out and we saw very warm temperatures, and right now they're very mild, 71 degrees for us right now. You can see our dew point is high, and so is the humidity. The winds are not strong yet, but they are coming in out of the south-southwest, and that's the reason why we are experiencing some very delightful weather as far as the temperatures are concerned. This is true in Sarasota, Bradenton, Venice. We're also getting some cloudy weather now starting to affect Bradenton and Venice, and we are going to be getting the rain. We've been seeing the showers developing out in the Gulf of Mexico, and it will be during the overnight time period that we're going to start to see the showers moving onshore. Some of these are coming on in just around the Charlotte County area, just to the south here, but for the most part, the majority of our viewing area not getting the rain yet, but you can see what's out here in the Gulf, and all of that is streaming in our direction. In addition to that, we've got a cold front to our north, and in just a few minutes, we're going to tell you what that is going to do to our forecast. A hint, bundle up. You're going to need to. Adam?
All right, thank you very much, Wendy. Now to a developing story in New York City where authorities are investigating a deadly helicopter crash. New York police say 2 people have died after their private helicopter crashed into the East River. ABC's Aaron Katursky gives us a look at that scene.
This dramatic video showing the moment a private helicopter lost control Sunday night, crashing into the East River here in New York.
We heard something and it's a really big crash. Yeah. We looked back at the water and there was something floating on the water.
They're going to be putting rescue divers in the water.
And we were all calling 911 and then we didn't see or hear anything, and then we saw the yellow raft and then someone on top of it.
There were 6 people on board the Eurocopter AS-350. Only the pilot was able to escape.
The pilot freed himself. The other 5 did not. So police and fire divers entered the water and removed the other 5.
The skies over New York City constantly buzz with helicopters carrying tourists and business people and others. Crashes are not uncommon. In 2005, there were 2 separate incidents the same week. A salvage crew has been called in to pull the wreckage from this dark, murky water. The NTSB is sending a team here to determine what caused the helicopter to crash. At this point, it looks to be an accident. The pilot has been able to talk to investigators. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
Well, still to come here on ABC 7 following last year's devastating hurricane season, how Florida lawmakers are trying to help you save money while getting prepared this year. Plus, could this be a record-breaking year for manatee deaths? The findings so far in 2018.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
We all love our kids and want what's best for them. You have the power to help your kids learn to succeed in life every day. When you promote a love for learning at home, children build the skills they need to be ready for school. You can be their everyday hero. It's easy. Just text Everyday Hero to 77453 for simple learning tips.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
I used to dread getting up and going to work.
I was done with the corporate grind.
I was tired of being a starving artist.
And I started looking around for a business that I believed in, and I kind of wanted to do something a little more green.
My SCORE mentor helped me take the first step.
He helped me create a business plan and helped me implement it.
They've really taught me how to think big.
SCORE helped me to make the unimaginable possible, all for free. I'm here because of SCORE.
I'm here because of SCORE.
Get your free business mentor at SCORE.org.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Could Florida be on track for another record year for manatee deaths? Well, so far, 166 manatees have died statewide through March 2nd. And with the cold spells to blame for 51 of those deaths, the Public Employees for Environmental Responsibilities Executive Director says Florida manatees are one big freeze away from an ecological disaster. Despite the danger to manatees, however, the sea cow population has more than doubled in the past 20 years. After a devastating hurricane season last year, Florida lawmakers are looking to make sure you're prepared this year and helping save you a little bit of money along the way. Under a bill passed today by Florida Governor Rick Scott, from June 1st to June 7th, you'll be able to buy some hurricane supplies tax-free. Some of those tax-free items will include flashlights and lanterns that cost $20 or less, radios and tarps costing $50 or less, coolers costing $30 or less, so that's no to any Yetis out there, and generators costing $750 or less. So mark your calendars. Hurricane season will officially begin on June 1st. And I might take advantage of some of that. I know it wasn't on the list, but I spent about $50 on bottled water because I waited. So not making that mistake again.
But isn't it great? I mean, it's already March, and so you know June is going to be here before you can blink. Yep. And it's a good time to be thinking about it, always just thinking about it and always kind of squirreling
spend the
things
nice
away.
days preparing for the not so nice days.
Ah, there you go.
Right?
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what the squirrels do, or maybe birds getting up early in the morning, something along those lines. But we had a beautiful day today. I mean, it was just spectacular. We had lots of blue sky out there. We did have a couple of showers early this morning with gray skies, and then all of a sudden the clouds lifted and the sun came out. The temperatures went right up, and it was a beautiful day. And then as the afternoon came on through, we started to get a little bit more clouds, but we did not get the rain. So the showers have stayed away, but we are expecting to see those rains coming on in a little bit during the overnight time period. In fact, in the next couple of hours we'll start to see them. Mild temperatures for tonight. The thunderstorms are going to take place overnight and into your morning commute tomorrow. So that's what it's going to be like. It's stormy conditions during the morning hours. Just be prepared for that. Give yourself a little bit of extra time. Here's the reason why. We've got this cold front that's coming down the state. Low pressure is digging on in, and that's helping to get that front all the way through. And this front is going to come on through the state of Florida. The low pressure system moves on out, and what we're going to be looking at are the showers that are going to be developing in advance of that front moving onshore. So we're going to start to see that taking place, and you can see all of that weather moving on out to sea, and then we get the cold weather coming in behind. So we're going to see an abrupt about face from what we experienced this weekend over the next couple of days as this colder weather comes on through. And then by Wednesday, we get the next cold front coming on in, and it's just going to be a dry front, no rain associated with it, but it is going to reinforce that cold air that's sitting right on top of us. So right now, we're getting the showers, and just to our north, we're seeing some snowy conditions and some icy conditions developing just around the Kentucky area, and then we're getting the wet weather that's all associated with this front that's going to be affecting us. And you can see those showers developing out here in the Gulf of Mexico, and some of those are starting to get a little stronger, so we're going to see some stronger storms coming on throughout the overnight time period. So far, we have not seen the rain, just starting to affect the coastline around southern Charlotte County, and all of this is light rain right now, but eventually we're going to start to see a little bit more of it coming on in for the rest of us. So what we've got is, this is what it looks like over our future cast. We've got the showers that are really going to be lined up along the west coast, and then we've got the cold front that's going to be coming on in, producing some more opportunities for rain and thunderstorms to develop. So by the early morning hours, we're already going to have that front just to the north of the Tampa Bay region, and then we've got all of this moisture in advance of it coming on through, and this lasts throughout the morning. And then as the day wears on, we finally get that front out of here, and we're going to see the winds pick up, and we're going to see that cold weather start to come on through. So you're going to feel the difference. Temperature highs only climbing to about 70 degrees, and they're going to rapidly drop beginning after that front comes through. So for the overnight time period, we've got about a 20% chance of rain, and that goes up until 5 o'clock in the morning, and we raise those chances up to a 60% chance of rain. During the morning hours is going to be our best time for these showers to come on through. 76 degrees was our daytime high, 59 the overnight low, and right now temperatures are still in the 70s, and the winds are still coming in primarily out of the south-southwest, but they're going to change when that cold front comes in, and look at how strong they're going to get, up to 20 to 25 miles per hour behind that front, and so that's going to clear things out, but we pay the price with the colder temperatures. Winds will start out tomorrow. Probably we're going to start to see small craft advisories being put into effect as those winds will get up out of the northwest 20 to 25 knots with the passage of that front. And there is cold weather in your future. So for tomorrow, we've got our first alert day because of the morning storms. We're expecting a 60% chance of rain, 70 degrees for the high tomorrow. And then after that, we only get up into the mid to upper 60s for the next several days. Lots of sunshine in the forecast. We get back to normal next weekend. Adam?
All right, thank you, Wendy. We speak with an NFL Hall of Famer coming up next in sports.
Alex Karras Lincoln's 40th anniversary sale. Please join us in welcoming the two newest additions to the Lincoln lineup, our flagship luxury sedan, the 2018 Lincoln Continental, and the totally redesigned 2018 Lincoln Navigator, featuring 450 horsepower, 10-speed transmission, and many best-in-class features. Alex Karras Lincoln, where our mission statement is consistent commitment, every client, every time. Located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Want the latest weather and traffic conditions wherever you go? Introducing ABC7's revolutionary new First Alert weather app. With our state-of-the-art new weather app, you get up-to-the-minute weather alerts, interactive radar maps, current conditions, 10-day forecasts, real-time traffic maps, and weather video from ABC7, all at your fingertips. And it's free. Just search Suncoast WX in the App Store and download onto all your devices today. Sponsored by Mr. Sparky.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
We all love our kids and want what's best for them. You have the power to help your kids learn to succeed in life every day. When you promote a love for learning at home, children build the skills they need to be ready for school. You can be their everyday hero. It's easy. Just text Everyday Hero to 77453 for simple learning tips.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
Monday at 5 on ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
If you're depressed or sleeping badly, it could be linked to what's in your bedroom. Details in Health Smart.
Monday at 5 on ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Now, sports.
Steelers Hall of Fame quarterback Terry Bradshaw played a round of golf in Bradenton today at the course he, his brother, and his nephews now own, Stony Brook at Heritage Harbor. And after 18 holes, the four-time Super Bowl champ sat down to talk football, both past and present. Hall of Famer Terry Bradshaw is comfortable playing or talking about football on camera. But golf?
I was a little nervous, to be honest with you.
Bradshaw played around alongside brother Gary on Sunday on top of their latest investment, the Stony Brook Golf Club in Bradenton.
The greens are really good. The greens are fast. I was shocked how fast they are.
Between golfing and signing autographs for a packed room of Steelers fans in the clubhouse, Bradshaw took time to talk about the sport he played professionally for 14 years. It's different than he remembers from the 70s when he was named a Pro Bowl quarterback for throwing under 2,000 yards.
It gets back to the old 60s in the AFL. That's what we are now in the NFL. It's an offensive-driven league, primarily for ratings. Everybody's found out if you score a lot of points, people dial it up.
Bradshaw's a fan as well, watching games as an analyst for Fox NFL Sunday. But he's not a fan of those who doubt his abilities or the abilities of his teammates who helped him win 4 Super Bowls in 6 seasons.
It's changed a lot, but a lot of the players absolutely could play. Joe Green could play. Jack Lambert could play. Jack Ham could play. Fast, smart.
And who will be playing football in the years to come? Research into concussions has cooled several parents off of the sport at the youth ranks. Bradshaw had 3 daughters, but says he wouldn't let a son play full contact until high school, under the proper coaching.
And I'd want to make sure, position-wise, that he's taught the proper technique, and that's one of the things that scares me is that our kids are not getting it so young. Pee Wee League and tackle. They don't know how to tackle. They're scared of tackling. They turn their head. They put their head down.
Well, up near Tampa, less contact sport, golf, and Tiger Woods was in the hunt for his first PGA Championship since 2013. 2 strokes down with 2 holes to go. He sinks that massive 40-foot birdie to get within a stroke. On 18, Patrick Reed was tied for the lead, in position to take an outright lead with this birdie putt, but he leaves it short, and it comes all the way back to his feet. He would suffer a bogey on the hole. Tiger had another long birdie putt as well, but he lives his short. And as you can see there, visibly upset as he knows he will have to settle for second. England's Paul Casey is your 2018 Valspar champion. Well, it's Selection Sunday when we find out who will be playing who in March Madness. 3 Florida teams are in the big dance this year: Florida, Florida State, and Miami. And here's where each of them will be headed. Miami's going to Dallas to take on Loyola on March 15th. Florida will also be in Dallas the same day against the winner of St. Bonaventure and UCLA. And Florida State will be heading to Nashville as a 9 seed where they will face Missouri. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
Every time you purchase a fishing license or register your boat, you're helping to preserve our nation's coastlines, lakes, rivers, and streams, protecting memories for generations to come. Learn how your participation in boating and fishing can help the environment at takemefishing.org/. LaSIK/conservation.
Glasses and contacts. You need them to see, but they put such a strain on your life. Due to new advances in vision improvement technology, LASIK is now affordable for almost everyone, with procedures starting as low as $299 per eye and over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons. LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. So call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule your free evaluation.
1-800-813-0109.
We all love our kids and want what's best for them. You have the power to help your kids learn to succeed in life every day. When you promote a love for learning at home, children build the skills they need to be ready for school. You can be their everyday hero. It's easy. Just text Everyday Hero to 77453 for simple learning tips.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on MySuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at MySuncoast.com/dining.
My name is Blake. I received a heart transplant when I was 2 weeks old. I play defense for the Red Hot Tornadoes. Sometimes my heart starts pounding like faster and faster as I go. I know I have someone else's heart inside me. It makes me feel happy because someone was generous enough to give me a second chance to live.
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
ABC7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station. The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
A California nun fighting a legal battle against singer Katy Perry collapsed and died in court on Friday. 89-year-old Sister Catherine Rose had been involved in a long-term fight to stop the singer from taking over the property where a former convent of the Los Angeles Archdiocese once stood. Rose and other nuns purchased the property in the 1970s and wanted to sell it to a restaurateur, but a judge invalidated that sale in 2016, and Perry bought the property. The nuns and Perry have been involved in a legal dispute over the property ever since. People magazine reports singer Lorna Luft has been diagnosed with a brain tumor. Luft is the daughter of late producer Sid Luft and legendary actress Judy Garland. Luft collapsed backstage on Friday after a concert in London. Her husband was worried she was forgetting parts of her monologue and lyrics before the brain tumor diagnosis. People reported Luft battled breast cancer for more than 6 years. She is now in remission of that. We're learning more about the next Wonder Woman film. Director Patty Jenkins announcing on Twitter that Kristen Wiig will be playing Wonder Woman's rival Cheetah in the superhero sequel. Star Gal Gadot welcomed Wiig to the cast in a follow-up post and added, "This is going to be wonderful." No title has been announced for the film yet, which is scheduled to hit theaters in December of next year.
Oh, I'll be the first in line to watch that.
Yeah, it's an interesting casting choice for Kristen Wiig there. She's usually comedic.
Yeah,
so
she's
that'll
good.
Be interesting to see her in a new role.
She's good at everything she does. She's going to bring something to that role.
That's something, all right.
That'll be a lot of fun. Just remember, morning commute is going to be a sloggy mess.
There you go. And for more movie analysis, feel free to join us anytime on the weekends. And be sure to join us again in the morning with Ray and company.
Stephanie.